The Albatross, a luxury cruise ship, sliced through the inky blackness of the ocean. Its opulent facade masked an unsettling quiet. An eerie chill permeated the ship, clinging to the lavish furnishings and the extravagant ballrooms. Strange whispers echoed through the deserted corridors, tales of vanished passengers and unexplained occurrences. The Albatross seemed to possess a dark history, a hidden narrative woven into its very fabric. The stage was set, the actors in place, and the drama was about to begin. A strange tranquility had settled over the Albatross, a luxury cruise ship that had once been a beacon of joy and relaxation. This unnatural stillness seemed to precede a storm, a foreboding presence that loomed on the horizon. The air was thick with unspoken tension, a heavy silence that weighed down on everyone aboard. A palpable sense of unease clung to the passengers like a shroud, wrapping them in a blanket of anxiety. The laughter and chatter that had once filled the ship's grand halls were now replaced by hushed whispers and furtive glances, as if speaking too loudly might summon the impending doom. The ocean mirrored the ship's disquiet, its surface deceptively calm, hiding the turmoil that lay beneath. The passengers, once vibrant and carefree, now moved about the ship with an air of apprehension, their steps cautious and their eyes darting nervously. The captain, a seasoned mariner with years of experience, paced the bridge with a sense of urgency, his brow furrowed in concern as he scanned the horizon, searching for any sign of the storm that he felt in his bones was coming. The radar showed clear skies, but the captain knew better than to trust it completely. He had seen too many calm seas turn treacherous in an instant. The passengers, sensing the captain's unease, huddled together in small groups, their conversations filled with speculation and fear. One passenger gripped the railing tightly, their knuckles white with tension as if holding on for dear life. Dark clouds began to roll in over the ocean, casting an ominous shadow over the ship, signaling that the unsettling calm was about to break. Among the passengers was Lady Beatrice Ashworth, a renowned novelist with a penchant for the macabre. Her stories often delved into the darkest corners of the human psyche, exploring themes of mystery and horror. On this voyage, she sought inspiration for her next chilling tale, her keen eyes always observing, her mind always weaving new plots. She was accompanied by her loyal companion, Miss Agatha Plum, a woman of quiet observation and unwavering loyalty. Miss Plum had been with Lady Ashworth for years, serving not just as an assistant, but as a confidant and friend. Her sharp mind and keen sense of detail made her indispensable, especially when Lady Ashworth needed a sounding board for her latest ideas. Then there was Mr. Silas Blackwood, a wealthy industrialist with a reputation for ruthlessness. His presence on the ship was a topic of much speculation among the other passengers. Known for his cutthroat business tactics, Mr. Blackwood was a man who inspired both fear and respect. He often kept to himself, his stern gaze fixed on the horizon, as if contemplating his next big move. Dr. Alistair Finch, a distinguished physician with a haunted past, sought solace in the solitude of the sea. Once a celebrated surgeon, Dr. Finch had retreated from the public eye after a series of personal tragedies. The cruise offered him a chance to escape his memories, to find peace in the endless expanse of the ocean, yet his eyes often betrayed a deep, lingering sorrow. Lastly, there was Miss Evangeline Thorne, a captivating actress known for her dramatic flair and enigmatic personality. Her performances had dazzled audiences around the world, but it was her offstage persona that intrigued many. On the ship, she was a figure of fascination, her every move watched, her every word analyzed. She seemed to revel in the attention, her laughter a haunting melody that echoed through the halls. Her laughter echoed through the halls, a haunting melody that sent shivers down the spines of those who heard it. It was said that her laughter could be heard even in the dead of night, a ghostly sound that added to the ship's eerie atmosphere. Passengers would often pause, listening, wondering what secrets lay behind that enigmatic smile.
A scream shattered the eerie silence of the Albatross. The passengers, startled from their uneasy slumber, emerged from their cabins, their faces etched with fear and confusion. The scream led them to the grand ballroom, a scene of unspeakable horror. Mr. Silas Blackwood lay sprawled on the polished floor, his lifeless eyes staring up at the ornate chandelier. The air was thick with the metallic scent of blood, a gruesome testament to the violence that had taken place. Dr. Alistair Finch rushed to Blackwood's side, his face pale with shock.
The murder of Silas Blackwood plunged the Albatross into chaos.
Fear and suspicion hung heavy in the air, poisoning the once luxurious atmosphere.
The passengers, now trapped on a ship with a killer among them, eyed each other with distrust.
The grand vessel, once a symbol of opulence, had become a floating prison.
The investigation began, led by the ship's captain, a man hardened by years at sea.
He questioned the passengers, searching for clues, for any shred of evidence that could lead him to the killer.
Suspicion fell upon Lady Beatrice, her morbid fascination with death fueling the whispers. Her recent novel, A Chilling Tale of Murder on the High Seas, mirrored the current tragedy with unsettling accuracy. Miss Agatha Plum, Lady Beatrice's loyal companion, also came under scrutiny. Dr. Finch, despite his gentle nature, couldn't escape the cloud of suspicion. His medical expertise and access to potentially lethal substances made him a suspect in the eyes of some. Even the captivating Miss Thorne wasn't immune to the whispers. The captain, a man of duty and discipline, took charge of the investigation. His experience in handling crises was unparalleled, and he knew that every second counted. The safety of his passengers and crew was his top priority, and he was determined to get to the bottom of the mystery.
His weathered face reflected the gravity of the situation, his sharp eyes missing nothing. Years at sea had honed his instincts, making him a formidable investigator. He could read people like open books, and he knew when someone was hiding something. He meticulously interviewed each passenger, probing their alibis, searching for inconsistencies. Each conversation was a piece of the puzzle, and he was determined to fit them all together. He asked about their movements, their relationships, and any unusual behavior they might have noticed.
The ship's security officer, a burly man with a no-nonsense attitude, assisted the captain in his investigation. His presence was intimidating, and he used it to his advantage, ensuring that no one dared to lie or withhold information. He scoured the ship for clues, his keen eyes searching for any trace of the murder weapon. Every nook and cranny was inspected, from the luxurious suites to the hidden storage compartments. He knew that the smallest detail could be the key to solving the case. The investigation extended beyond the confines of the ship. Law enforcement agencies were called in, and the dock became a hub of activity. Officers combed through records, interviewed dock workers, and checked surveillance footage. The Albatross, once a symbol of freedom and luxury, was now under the watchful eye of the law. The ship that had once promised adventure and relaxation was now a crime scene, and everyone on board was a potential suspect. The investigation had only just begun, and the captain knew it would be a long and arduous journey to uncover the truth. As the investigation progressed, a web of deceit began to unravel. Lies were exposed, secrets revealed, and the true nature of the passengers began to emerge. Lady Beatrice, once a celebrated novelist, was revealed to be a woman consumed by jealousy and bitterness. Miss Agatha Plum, her loyal companion, was discovered to be more than just a quiet observer. Dr. Finch's haunted past came back to haunt him. Miss Thorne's captivating beauty and enigmatic personality were revealed to be a carefully constructed facade. Beneath the surface lay a woman driven by ambition and greed. The investigation concluded without a definitive answer. The killer remained elusive, a phantom haunting the corridors of the Albatross. The murder weapon was never found, the motive never fully understood. The passengers, once united by their shared experience, were now divided by suspicion and distrust. The Albatross, once a symbol of luxury and escape, was now a vessel of unanswered questions. The ocean remained silent, its depths concealing the truth, leaving the world to wonder who haunts the Albatross.